Hello, everybody. This is Jaden Bax with Avenue Financial out in Crossfield, Alberta, and I'm joined today by my cousin, great guy, Mike Parkinson from DLC out on Vancouver Island. How you doing today, Mike?
I'm good. How are you, Jay?
I'm loving life, buddy. And we're here with another tips for mortgages. Just a little bit of info one. We're going to talk a little bit today about prepayment privileges. And so
Yeah.
this is something I think you probably hear the same as I do. Clients have no idea about this when we talk about a mortgage. Usually, the first, second, and third thing they want to talk about is rate. But we just think that paying attention to this is a really um, strong way to quickly pay down your mortgage. So the devil is always in the details, and we think this is one of the details that can help you pay things off faster and pay less interest through the term of your mortgage. So why
Which
don't
is
you
what we
take it
all
away a
want,
little bit?
right?
Yeah,
We all want to
absolutely.
pay
Like
less.
yeah, and that's the thing. Like we talk about the rate is obviously important, but at the end of the day, how do you pay down your mortgage as fast as possible
Yeah.
and pay as little as possible? So why don't you get us started, Mike?
Well, prepayment privileges are something that every lender allows, but the biggest thing to remember is that every lender is different. So we're going to kind of give you a generalization about what most lenders allow, and you're going to have to actually, if you're not sure, you're going to have to talk to your lender or your broker and see what you can and can't do on your mortgage, because most people don't take advantage of this, Jay. Even by increasing your payment a little bit or putting extra money on it every year helps a lot. And we're going to go through a few numbers here in a bit. So let's start with typically what our lenders allow. Prepayment means that on top of your mortgage payments, you can do different things. You can lump sum up to 20. Some lenders are 25% of the original principal amount on top of everything. You can increase your payments by the same amount, and you can also double up payments. So some lenders allow you to do all three, which is huge. Most people don't do anything, but they think it's important to them. So like even a 10%, 15% prepayment privilege in today's mortgage size world, that's a lot of money, right?
Oh,
So
it's
you can do a
absolutely.
lot of
And
damage.
yeah, so one of the first mortgages that I actually ever did, just the way that they were looking at my client's income at that time, we had to go into an uninsurable mortgage. So we had to push things to a 30-year amortization,
Yep.
and she was interested in paying down things as quickly as possible. So that she didn't really love that, but what she did, we had a 20% prepayment privilege. She increased her payments by 20% the day after she signed that
Yep.
mortgage. Her
Yep.
amortization went from 30 years to 19 years and 8 months. Like it's
Yep.
incredibly powerful just by increasing her payments by 20%. Incredibly powerful.
Well, people don't realize that on a 30-year amortization, you could pay your mortgage off in 5, 6 years, even
Yeah.
without penalty. Like they just think, oh my God, I'm going to be paying this for 30 years. Well, you are if you do monthly payments and do nothing else. That's for sure. But everybody's different in what works for them, right? So just understand that if your mortgage is registered for 30 years or 25, you can still pay it off much more aggressively. Everything else you put on top of your mortgage, besides your regular payment, goes right on the principal. So you're saving a lot there. So, but let's get back to typically what you can and can't do. So most lenders that we deal with allow between 15 and 20% typically. Hey Jay, is that what you say?
Yeah, absolutely. And so that 15 or 20%, if you're doing it as a an increase on your payments, for instance, what a lot of people worry about with that is there's something in their heads that back in the bank days, you could do that one time a year on the anniversary of your mortgage. Typically, with the lenders we work with, you can make that decision any payment date. So if you're in a monthly, you could do that, that once a month, you have a chance to do that, and it would lock in the 20%. Or if you're on a weekly, you could make that decision on a week to week basis, right?
Yeah, there's all kinds of things you can do. And some lenders still do allow only the 20% on the anniversary date. That's of the original principal amount. So when your mortgage comes up for renewal, and it basically resets itself based on what you owe at the time. So, and you can double up. A lot of lenders allow that. Some lenders allow skip a payment if you're having a tough time. There's all kinds of options within the mortgage. So what we're trying to get at here is there's way more to a mortgage than just the lowest rate, right? There's options you can do that even if you have a slightly higher rate, you have more aggressive options. You can still pay it off quicker. So make sure you understand what you're getting into, and yeah, that's the most important thing. If you're dealing with a bank, get a hold of your bank and say, what can I do? Is there anything I can do? Like, even I got a few numbers here that I did this morning, Jay. So if you add an extra based on a $500,000 mortgage, if you have a $500,000 mortgage with a 25-year amortization, so you start out with that. If you put an extra $300 a month onto your mortgage, you'll save just over the term, 5-year term, about $2,500 in interest. Okay, and you're gonna knock like 4 years off your mortgage. So that's four years, right? Like that. Like, I know 300 a month stretches people sometimes, but if you can afford it, like take advantage, especially with interest rates the way they are right now, higher. If you can pay that off sooner, that's going to save a lot. I got a few more numbers here for you, Jay. So let's talk about annual prepayment. So every year, if you put a lump sum down once a year, let's say $2,500 with the same amount of money, $500,000 mortgage, you're going to save 3 years off the life of your mortgage just by putting $2,500 a year down. If you increase that to $5,000 a year, again, you can do that throughout the year, but let's just say it's a one lump sum. You're going to save over 5 years off the life of your mortgage. So these simple little things, even if you got $50 a month, $100 a month, it saves a lot over time. So it's something to think about when you're trying to pay your mortgage off. But if you have any questions about this, please feel free to get a hold of Jaden or myself anytime. We're happy to, give you our knowledge, our opinion, and see what makes sense for you. Anything else to add, Jay?
No, I think you're absolutely right, Mike. The only thing that I would say is sometimes I have people who want to aggressively pay down their mortgage, and so they come in and instead of using the 25-year maximum amortization, they say, well, we're going to do a 15 or 20 to start out, and and go from there. The issue that I have with that is that life changes. You could be laid off, you could get pregnant, and somebody goes on maternity or paternity leave. Your financial situation can change. So when I give advice to my clients, I always say, give yourself the most flexibility, because we have these prepayment policies in place that if you have the ability to be aggressive this year, next year, and the year after, we can hammer that mortgage hard. We can put that 10, 15, 20% against the mortgage. We can increase your payments. We can do the double ups. We can do all of these things. But give yourself the flexibility on the backside just in case you need it, right? So it's just a conversation all the time, different options. We just think that there's so much inside of the mortgage that can be beneficial to you, and we want to help you get there. So, anybody who's having these conversations, if you're talking to your parents and kind of going back and forth about maybe having a shorter mortgage or things like that, give us a call. We're happy to discuss all the different possibilities and show you how you can pay down the mortgage, like Mike said, in less than 5 or 6 years if you're incredibly aggressive with it.
It's amazing. And just one more thing I want to add to that is just be there. There's the odd lender out there. If you want to increase your payments, make sure that if like Jaden said, if something comes out where you need to go back to your original payments, make sure that you can, because there's the odd lender out there that won't allow you to. Okay. So make sure you understand. And again, it's about, can I do this? Ask the questions. If I increase my payments like $500 a month, could I go back to my original payment if I need to? Okay, so these are just questions you need to ask and inform yourself to make the right decision.
Absolutely. And so thanks again for having us, guys. Sorry for the little pause there, passing from one to the other, but we'll just hoping everybody has a fantastic Christmas, very happy New Year. Likely won't see you guys for a couple of weeks, but we'll be back at it in the new year, ready to give you amazing tips, more inside knowledge about what your mortgage is all about.
Happy holidays, everybody. Take care, Jay.
You too, buddy. Bye.